This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
it was all
good
about the
morning.
Matildas today, wasn't it?
Yeah, we speak to
Roxanne.
Roxanne Kerr.
Who is your dad's cousin? And
She certainly is.
Yeah, she's a member of the family. We're claiming it.
Yeah, most definitely. They were fantastic last night. So we had another chat, and this time it was to Adam Peacock to cover the game as well.
Yeah, we talk about companies going under when you have done business with them and they take off with your money or
Leaving
your
you in
stuff.
the lurch.
sucks.
It does suck big time.
This is Nathan, Nat, and Sean
On Nova.
Nova 937.
It's 6:04. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Happy day after the Matildas won day.
Oh my God, everyone will be up and about.
Woohoo!
Women's
watched
sport
it.
is dominating.
2-0,
Yeah.
2-0.
I
Oh,
watched
it's
it.
just good.
I watched it and it was really good. But, like, you know how you guys will there later on talk about things that happened within that game?
Yeah.
I can't
You
recall
can't
a single
contribute.
thing.
It's a wash, is it?
Like, I know that it was really great and I saw what's happening, but say if someone dies or something, I don't know if that was good.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, you know how you guys might go, she dominated when she ran down
Yeah.
here. Did she? I don't know. She ran, I saw it. I don't get the
So,
intricacies.
are you would you know to yell if it's obviously a penalty and things like? No, you wouldn't. Look at his face.
If someone king hit
Stonewall.
someone, yes, I know that would be bad. I did see a clip from another game the other day, I think, where the Americans stood on the other woman.
No, that was
Yeah.
the
Oh, that was
England.
tonight.
England. Yeah, that was. I know that you can't
Nigeria.
stand on people.
You can't. You're right.
So I know certain
If someone's
things.
lying on the ground, you can't step on them.
But if you were to say, Nathan, okay, you watched the game last night, and yes, I did, and Nathan, I'd like to give you a report of what happened, I would say the Matildas won.
You would hate torture as me. I sit there and comment on the whole thing. Every
Technically
bit. Should have
accurate.
dropped back here. Blah, blah, blah. Should have gone, yeah.
Okay, I don't go
I
that
can't
far.
stop it. I can't stop. But that was fantastic.
Are you at home commentating?
Yes.
Oh, God, no
and
wonder your family
coaching.
don't want to be near you.
Moreover, coaching.
I'm coaching, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And what a coaching move it was, by the way, when we saw the captain go down with an injury. Oh, I'm really hurt.
Oh,
We
yeah.
always complain about people doing that in the
Steph
soccer
Catley,
game. But it allowed everyone to get together.
I
and
know,
talk
so
it
if
up.
someone else did that, we'd be angry, wouldn't we?
We would be furious.
But also, it happens all the time, though.
Right.
It's not a,
So it's
not
yeah, because it
No,
happened.
they're all the time we're furious.
Yeah, because it happened again during this. Another team did it, didn't they?
God,
Was that a tennis match?
I'm going to say yes. And a tennis match, that does happen as well,
That's
Nate.
right, yeah.
I need a long...
Injury
before-
time out.
You know how tennis and soccer, I get them mixed up.
Yeah, it's Novak Djokovic's go-to move, isn't it?
For great deals and cheeky getaways, whatif.com has just the place.
Yeah, winter hideaway is great, but bring on spring!
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, apartments, holiday rentals and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
It's the Bankrupt vending machine.
Let's hear it for Bankwest, home of the good stuff.
I'm a bit worried the vending machine might become sentient, Nathan, and take over. Are you concerned about that?
No, I'm always concerned about that from any appliance.
Well,
Imagine
having
being
crack
killed by a smeg kettle.
at a Bankwest, home of the good stuff vending machine. It's Hazel from the Vines. Good morning, Hazel.
Good morning.
Hey,
Hazel. Love your name, Hazel.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a good little restaurant in Melbourne called Hazel, if you're ever there.
Really?
Check it out.
Whereabouts?
Flinders Lane, I want to
Oh,
say.
yeah, okay.
You didn't grow up with many Hazels, did you, Hazel?
No, absolutely not. The only Hazels that I met were like 80 odd,
Yes.
90.
Yeah, the only anyone I
Hazel
knew about
Hall.
was Hazel Hall.
Yeah.
Hazel Hawk.
Yeah,
There's been no
it's,
other-
my name's coming back.
There's been no other famous Hazel, has there? There's a real hole in the celebrity world for Hazels.
No,
Sam,
there's no.
is there more Hazels that you can think on the horizon?
Oh, the
Yeah,
nuts.
we know the nuts.
Okay,
We're talking
everybody
about
knows the
people.
nuts.
Thank you, Sam.
Sam.
Thanks for
The
your input,
nuts.
Sam.
When's the last time you went and watched a hazelnut star in a movie?
Jeez, Sam.
Sorry about him, Hazel.
All right,
That's
He's not on air.
That's all right.
Nah.
I've had it all my life.
Hazel, our Bankwest vending machine is stuffed full of awesome things. If it's happening at RAC Arena or Optus, it could be in there, okay? Now, Nathan is stepping up to the machine. He's got 10 cents in his
I'm in the
hand.
yard.
So it could be A, B or C, and then 1, 2, 3 or 4. What buttons would you like him to press today?
Okay, so my daughter's chosen. She's chosen B4.
B4. 4 is a very popular number.
Amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
Here we go.
Coin is
Lovely.
in.
It's working well.
And it's dropped.
It is working swimmingly.
B4 has been dispensed.
Well done, a couple of hits in the glass.
I'm getting an
Now, leap over the picket fence.
Well done.
Well done, athletic. Who opened it last? Me. So, Sean, you
Okay.
opened it up.
For Hazel.
All right, for Hazel.
For Hazel.
Cute
For
little
Sean
box.
for Hazel. Oh, yeah.
cherry
Sorry,
ripe.
Hazel.
Cherry ripe
Cherry
for
ripe.
you.
I'm
Hazel.
on board with a cherry ripe.
Do you like a cherry ripe, Hazel?
I do like a cherry ripe.
Me
yeah.
too, Hazel.
And my daughter loves a cherry ripe.
There we
Very
go.
decisive of cherry ripe
You
these
can
days.
tell she's a bounty woman too, isn't she?
Okay, what have we
Hazel,
got?
are you a bounty
I
woman?
am.
Oh, you're a bounty woman.
No, I draw the
love
line
a
there.
bounty.
Oh, Hazel, hang
Said
up
no
on
one
that.
ever.
She's very pro-coconut, isn't she?
Hazel,
You're
you
gonna
have
love
won.
this. You're gonna love this, Hazel.
GA Bankwest Best Seats to see Light It Up Hip Hop at RAC Arena on September the 6th.
You
Not
strike
far
me as a
away.
hip-hop fan.
Not really, but that's okay. We'll go.
Hazel,
go.
break it down and keep it real.
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa, yeah.
Hazel, drop it like it's hot.
She
I
can.
actually would like
Look,
you to...
I'm nearly 40. I don't think I can drop it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
You can. Don't say nearly 40 like it's old.
J-Lo's more than 50 and she
it
still
is.
drops it like
She
it's
dropped.
hot.
It's very hot
Mine's-
for J-Lo.
I can't even pick mine up. It's boiling.
Hazel, you enjoy that. Congratulations.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys.
Good on
Love
you,
you guys.
Hazel.
We got-
Legend.
We got more.
No, we
more
don't.
up for grabs tomorrow.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
There are some great companies out there that you can trust.
For sure, Nath.
Or can you? Because this is the thing. You put your trust in a company,
Yeah.
right? And, you know, that's usually followed by your money. And then you don't know really what's going on behind closed doors. And we've heard so many stories of businesses going down and the customers being affected because they haven't got their goods or their services.
Yes.
Or they're owed a lot of money. And this has happened to a couple that are newly here in WA.
Yes.
They moved from New South Wales to Perth. Her name Sharon and Eddie. I feel so sorry
They
for
live
them
in
because they've
Alkimos.
been living in Alkimos in a bare house for almost 2 months because the furniture removal company, the delivery company,
Yes.
they went under.
So their furniture, so they paid for the move,
Yep.
and then they gouged them for another $3,000.
Yeah.
And their furniture was in storage for a while, which is part of the arrangement, and then
Yes.
it was going to be shipped
Yeah.
over once they'd found a place to live.
Yeah. So it was in a sea container ready to go.
Yeah. And then they were told, oh, you can pick it up Monday.
Yep.
You have to pick it up Monday. It's like, we're on the other side of the country.
Yeah. So they're refusing to deliver it.
Yeah.
They're
So they have
refusing
to
to
pay
give
for an-
any money back
Yeah.
as well because they've gone to receivership. And they've just said, okay, when they finally answered their phone call, they said, oh, yeah, your furniture is here and it's over on the other side of the country with a sea container. So it's there
And
for
you,
you.
and you
It's
have
there
to
for
get
you
it
want
Monday. And they also strung them along,
Yes.
saying, oh, your delivery date, it's booked in, it's going to be August 3rd. And then that would come and go, and they're like, oh, yeah, what? And then, just the whole time saying, oh, yes, we'll get back to you, we've gone under.
And also just being in limbo for 2 months,
Amazing.
right? I mean, what are you doing for furniture? I mean, I'm sure they would have at least have a couple of bean bags, or they would have gone down to Kmart to get one of those Bouchelet chairs everyone's talking about.
But you don't want to put too much money in. That's a great chair. But you don't want to put in much money into it because, it's
Yeah, that's
coming.
right. I've got
Exactly.
all my stuff. And he's a collector of something. There's a collection in there that's,
Girls' fingers.
that he's collected over a period of time as
I just keep a
well.
lock of the hair.
So, like, for the, proper...
You?
So his jars of girls' fingers. He doesn't even
They're
know where
worth a
they are.
heap. Worth a heap, Nathan. But there's
He's hoping
nothing...
it's not with the heads.
No, because one's pickled and one's vinegar. That's how you do it.
You do pickling vinegar, Sean, just tell me.
We want to know. There have been so many people in this scenario. One thing that just comes to my mind straight away. I've seen this so many times with wedding places.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there has been
Yeah.
a bunch of wedding dress
Yes.
places go under recently.
Insane.
And so you've paid your deposit
I'm
or you've paid in
sorry.
full and you leave it till close to the wedding to pick up the dress. That's the way it works. And then you go there and they're like, oh, sorry, we're in receivership.
Building companies, the other one we hear a lot about, and
Yeah.
particularly those who do the work, not the people who are building the house, because we know that sometimes that gets picked up, or most of the time gets picked up by another company who takes it over. But if you're a painter,
Oh,
if
the
you're doing
subcontractors,
any of that
yeah.
stuff, they're just gone. No
They've
money
done the
can get
work
received.
and their money's
Can I just say,
gone,
I think the most evil thing in this whole scenario
Yeah.
is when the company knows they're about to go into
Yes.
receivership and they're still taking money, and they
Agreed.
literally could be taking money at 11 a.m. and then at 12 at midday they go into receivership, and then that person can't get their money back. I
Yeah,
think
true.
that's so evil. We want to talk about this though. Companies going down and taking you with them. 13 24 10. We're going to give somebody 2 tickets to Froth Town.
Oh, then you can forget all about it.
Yes, Natalie. Plus a $150 food and beverage voucher. You can check out Froth Town August 18 and 19 at Claremont Showgrounds. Tickets at froth.town.
All right,
Love
did
it.
a company go under and you got stuck in the lurch? Hit us up. Lisa's in Ocean Reef. Hi, Lise.
Good morning.
Morning,
Hi,
Lisa.
Lise.
Lise, what happened?
So back in the days where you use cloth nappies, I was given the gift of a nappy service
Yes.
where they would deliver a week's worth of nappies to you,
Oh.
and then they would pick them up after the week and then deliver some clean nappies.
So that
What
would
a
take, at the
service.
end of
I got
that
a call.
week, at the end of that week, they would take your filthy nappy.
Yeah, there's a big bucket you put them in, wasn't there?
That's right, Nat. Yep, absolutely.
Whose job was
So-
that?
Yeah.
Great service.
Yes.
So I had gone to the end of the gift, and they rang me to say that if I extended for another 6 weeks, they'd do it for $400. And so I thought it was a really good service, so
Yeah.
that's what I'd do. So I paid my $400. And at the end of the week, the nappies weren't picked up. And then I waited another day, and then I waited another day. So I had a bucket full of dirty nappies sitting out there. So I got to day 10, and I gave them a call.
Yeah.
No answer.
Where's
This
the
went on
bucket?
and
The
on.
bucket's still sitting outside?
It's sitting at my front door, full of dirty nappies.
Yes.
So I rang them. Eventually, another company picked up, and I said, I'm sorry, I was ringing the previous company. They said they've gone into receivership. I would not get my money back, and if I wanted the nappies picked up, I'd have to pay another $400 to them. So I didn't have that money being only on one income. So then I set about cleaning now. It was probably closer to 2 weeks' worth of dirty
Yes.
nappies
Oh.
sitting in the bucket outside.
Oh, Lisa, that is a stitcher.
Wow.
And also, what's bad about this, the worst part of this, is that they rang you
Yep.
knowing they were going
Yeah.
under and trying to just get
Vultures.
a little bit of extra money
Vultures.
out of you, knowing that they would not be able to provide that service because they knew at that point.
100%
Yeah,
now, which
yeah.
I thought, knowing it's a new mum
Yeah.
on a single income,
low
was
blow.
pretty poor.
Hey,
That's
Lise,
poor, man.
everyone wants to know what happened to the bucket
of dirty
nappies.
I scrubbed the living daylights out of those things and got them
Yeah.
all back.
Yeah. Right.
They didn't even have
Yeah.
nappy sand then.
Do a lot of people use the old school nappies
I don't think
nowadays?
anyone
the
does.
cloth ones where you're like washing them?
There's a very small number of people
it
that
just
do.
seems, I
mean, it's
understand
better for the
environmentally
environment,
great
yeah.
and great for your baby, but it's just so rank.
It is.
It's just so
Babies
rank.
are disgusting.
It is so gross.
Thanks, Lisa. Sally's in Ellenbrook. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Sally.
Hey, Sal. Okay, who went under, dragging you with them?
A travel agent.
Oh, the
Sally.
worst.
Talk us through it. What happened?
Okay, so we had saved and saved and saved for our dream holiday to go to Europe for 9 weeks, doing a 6-week Kentucky tour and 3 weeks through the UK and, all around there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we hadn't bought our travel insurance because it was a way away. We had got the tickets. We'd paid them all the money that we needed to for everything. We'd got the tickets printed for our flights, and we didn't have a safe, so we said, keep them in your safe in case anything happens, so we don't need to worry about it. And then we thought we better do the insurance and went down to go and do it. And there was a big sign on the door saying, contact the Travel Compensation Fund, they'd gone under.
No.
So,
Yes.
did you couldn't even get your tickets out of the safe?
No, we couldn't get them. You had to contact this. We phoned this number and they said, actually the one good thing about it was that we hadn't got the insurance because then the money had to come from this travel compensation fund.
Right.
But we had to wait for that. So we had to get a loan from the bank to pay for our Kentucky tour, which had then gone up another couple of $1,000s because we got it as a package deal and it turned into a huge nightmare. We eventually got there and had a great time, but the stress of
that
it was
stinks,
just
though.
unbelievable.
That's
You
terrible.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Sally, what about those tickets? Why weren't you able to, because if they were already done, they were in the safe. How come you
Reissued.
couldn't get,
I'm not sure, to be honest, about that. I don't know whether they just sort of stopped everything and everything that they had were there. But, yeah, we weren't able to get them at the time. I actually can't. I'm not sure why they didn't give them to us.
I
but
take it this is
besides
before
that-
electronic tickets and things. So back in the day,
it was. It was a few years ago. Yeah,
tell you
it was,
what.
it was awful. I can't even tell you the stress.
That is horrific.
Well, the companies are so easy to take your money, but when they owe it back to you,
Yes.
it's a very difficult process.
Yes,
Isn't it? Like,
all of a
we
sudden.
seem to be able to buy the thing quite easily. You
get
giving
that.
it back to us is
Yeah.
so hard. It can be months.
I know.
It's actually insulting.
It is.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
is.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sally. Alira is in Burns Beach. Hello, Alira.
Hello, how are you this morning?
Oh, great, Alira. Just hitting the issues like a real show.
What happened to you?
So I was pregnant with my first child, and I'd gone to a baby store and purchased a cot and change table set for the nursery.
Yes.
I put them on lay-by, so throughout the pregnancy I was just paying it off, and then closer to my due date I had paid it off and had organised, wanted to get the delivery. So I contacted them and said, okay, when can I get the delivery? Oh, we're just waiting for the items to come in. Okay, sure, no problem. Do you know when they're going to come in? Because I'm 38 weeks pregnant and just about to
And
pop.
I'm crowning. So.
Basically.
There's a deadline on it.
Yes.
And, I just kept being told, we're just waiting for the couriers to come in. We're just waiting for our delivery drivers to get back to us with a date. I then had my son, and I was still without a cot and a change table.
Oh, no.
To then be told that, sorry, we've gone bankrupt. We can't actually deliver the items to you.
Oh.
And my son's now 3, and I'm still without a cot and a change table, and I'm $5,000 short.
Oh, what?
Alira. What's he been sleeping in? A cardboard box or something? What did you do?
We ended up just going to, we just went to Kmart or BW and grabbed like a bassinet from there. And, we eventually, once we realised, okay, well, we're actually not going to get the product from them, we ended up going to another place and purchasing another cot change table. So
I'll tell you what, Alira, this has happened. This happened to a guy with a sofa, right? And this was over east. He had bought a sofa and paid for it and everything like that, and he was waiting for it to get delivered. Anyway, so he was getting the runaround. Okay, it's going to take this long, but don't worry, your sofa's here. And it was there in the warehouse.
Yeah.
So a couple of weeks later on, the company went into receivership. He was asked about his sofa. They said, no, you're not going to get your sofa because that's part of the receivership stock.
Yep.
And then they resold the sofa after another company took it over,
to get their money,
So
they were liquidating
they
the
resold his sofa that was sitting there that he had paid for. It's
I know.
disgusting.
It is gross the way it happens.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us, Alira.
Yeah, some tough stories there. Tickets to go to Frothtown plus $150 food and beverage voucher. Alira, that's coming your way.
Because your baby's sleeping in the crisper.
That's the least we can do.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Last quarter. Sensational play.
Let's hear it for the best seats in the house with Bankwest.
Just a little heads up. That wasn't Pitbull.
No,
That
it
was
wasn't
Calvin Harris,
Pitbull.
everybody. Sorry.
It's Sam Smith.
Okay, time for the last quarter, where all you have to do to win the last quarter is...
To win the last quarter.
Check in with Brendan from PR Waters. G'day, Brendan.
Morning, gang. How are we?
Oh, fantastic,
Super.
Brendan. We need to know, Brendan, do you know how to win the last quarter?
Yeah, certainly, mate. You just got to win the last quarter.
Brendan. This is why
You
people
can stay,
speak
Brendan.
so highly of you. In the first quarter, Brendan, you were up against Reese from Scarborough. Morning, Reese.
Morning, all.
Hey, Reece.
Do you guys reckon that Reese knows how to win the last
Reese
quarter?
knows.
How do you win
Win the last quarter.
Yes, I
Reese.
told you Reese knows.
Oh, but Brendan doesn't want you to win it, Reese.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to ask you a question.
Yes.
If you think you know the answer, buzz in with your name. You get it right, you're through to the second quarter. Get it wrong, your opponent is through to the second quarter. Oh, it's tight. Let's test your buzzers. Brendan?
Brendan.
Reese?
Reece.
Working well.
Oh, it's going to be a match, this one.
I love
All right.
Reese's buzzer call. It comes right from the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Reese!
It's clear. We like
All
that.
right, here we go for the first question for the first quarter. According to Bram Stoker's novel, starting with T, where in the world did Count Dracula live?
Reece.
Yes, Reese?
Transylvania.
Reese, you're through to the second quarter.
Oh, in your face, Brendan.
Where you're going to be taking on Chloe from Baldivis. Good morning, Chloe.
Good morning.
Chloe, do you know how to win the last quarter?
You have to win the last quarter.
Okay, it's really cutting through, isn't it? Chloe, would you like to test your buzzer? Chloe?
Chloe.
Working
It's right up there
well.
with Kevin 07, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
So this is Chloe versus Reese.
Second quarter question.
Second quarter question. Which WA AFL team lost the first ever Western Derby?
Reece.
Yes, Reese.
Chloe.
Reese?
3 months old.
You are
Jeez.
cracking me up.
There was a little poodle head running around that day, wasn't there?
Yeah, if extra point, came on in the second quarter. John Worsfold told me he's going to rip my arms off and shove them up my backside. That was a good moment.
Did he?
He did.
I mean, did he do it? In the third quarter race, you are taking on Natalie from Stirling. Hello, Natalie.
Hello.
Hi, Natalie.
All right, Natalie.
Been a great game so far, but we need to know, do you know how to win the last quarter?
You got to win the last quarter.
3 from 3.
I'm so proud of you, Natalie.
Natalie
Okay.
versus Reese.
Natalie, test your buzzer, please. Natalie.
Natalie.
Working well. Third quarter question. In Australia, which geometric shape is used for stop signs?
Reese.
Reese?
No.
Circle.
Incorrect. Reese! It's an octagon, Reese.
Oh, I don't know my shape, eh?
Yeah, no, you don't.
Do you have a current driver's license, Reese?
Good news for Natalie, though. She's through to the last quarter.
Wow, Nat.
I'm just sorry. I'm just concerned about how many signs Reese is going to plough through.
Just don't go anywhere near Scarborough. Natalie, you're taking on Michelle from Brabham in the last quarter. Good morning, Michelle.
Morning.
Michelle, how do you win the last quarter, Michelle?
You win the last quarter.
And where are we?
We're in the last quarter.
We're in the last quarter, guys.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Last quarter question.
Oh, we've tested buzzers and everything?
We haven't tested Michelle's. Michelle?
Michelle.
Working well.
All right. Natalie v. Michelle.
Here is your question. Who was the captain of the Eagles when they won their first derby in 1995?
Natalie.
Natalie?
Chris Judd.
Natalie, you are incorrect. Michelle, who's done nothing, now wins.
Natalie, you know when I'm laughing at there's a problem to do with sport.
The answer's John Worsfold, of
He
course.
gave you the answer pretty much. Mentioned him just a few seconds ago. Michelle, you are off to the Derby this Saturday. You'll be sitting in premium Bankwest best seats, food and drinks included. Well done.
Okay.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Actually, you didn't even do anything, Michelle.
You did
Not one
absolutely
thing.
nothing, and it's paid off. Congratulations.
That's right.
That's the way it works, everybody.
I know.
Last quarter back again tomorrow.
Yep, no talent, no skill. We are the show for you.
That's right.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
The 100 is back tonight at 8:40 on Channel 9 and 9 now.
Well, the host with the most is our good friend Andy Lee.
Sean, it's always lovely to talk to you.
Always,
Hi,
Andy.
I really enjoyed the roasting you got sprinkled throughout the Lokies.
Did you?
Tell you what, bloody Sam Pang, you've been mates with him for years, and he gets one little hosting job and just throws friendship aside.
Yeah, I know.
Straight under the bus.
I tell you what, he
Very
did
entertaining.
a bloody good job.
He did.
That's if you got asked to do that job, Andy, there's a lot of pressure attached to it, isn't it? Because people in Australia like to
there
tear
is.
down anyone doing that.
Yeah, but it was all pre-recorded. Obviously, we cut out all the Sam's bad stuff. And, around about 11% of his gear got through.
Yeah.
Geez, right.
Then that was a very long night then, because what they showed us went forever.
Our show's exactly the same, Andy.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Cut out all the rubbish.
Hey, Andy, as we follow your life on the tabloids, we have seen some new pictures of the place that you've bought that you're renovating. That looks like the biggest job on the planet.
Yeah, no, we've got our work cut out for us.
How exciting.
And I say that like I'm actually going to do
Yes.
it. I've got some builders to hire, and I'll sit back and watch them do it. But, no running water, no electricity, and then Beck and I visited the place just recently, and the ceiling's fallen through because the water had got through the roof. So,
Good times.
yeah.
It's going to be one of those exciting builds where they're going to rip stuff down and possibly find something amazing behind
It's like
there.
a block
It's going to be
challenge,
so good.
essentially.
We've already found
What?
like an archway that they just plasterboarded over.
No.
So we've already just by chipping away a little bit of the plasterboard, we've been finding some old designs that we're going to try and keep. Yeah, it's been really fun. The other weird thing is the roof. I thought it was like bird's nest all the way through.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was seaweed. They in the 18th century, back in the late 1800s. They use seaweed as insulation. The whole ceiling is full of seaweed. which
Wow.
I'm planning to sell to the local Japanese store and try and get some money.
I was going to say,
That's fantastic.
Mate, get some bloody cucumber and crab stick up there and make California rolls.
Andy, this is pretty good, actually. When we first built my house, it was on a block that was split in half. Anyway, the people who built first, our neighbours, they came to us one day and said, you've got to dig up, when they're clearing the block, your block, have a look around because we found over $2,000 worth of cash in the back of the backyard. And given that we're basically the one block, there's got to be money on your side.
I used to live on the other side of this block, Andy, and it was because Perth, and the guy was a massive hoarder.
Yeah,
so
let me guess, Sean. You bought the block of land with no money in it?
Absolutely. But I'm not saying that's going to be your case. You could find a treasure chest of sorts with jewels and all kinds of things in there.
Yeah, exactly. We're planning on it. Otherwise, we won't be able to get the thing finished, I think.
Yeah, Andy, what I love about you is that you, with a pending massive renovation like this, you did what the relatable everyman does and went on a European vacation. How was Italy?
Italy was great. I was there my portion of the holiday was playing golf in Scotland and then going and watching the cricket with my dad. And then Beck's friend had a wedding, so we went to a wedding in Taormina, which was so over the top. And, they flew the cutlery in from Tuscany and all those type of things.
Was it the White Lotus Hotel? Is that where it was?
It was. It was actually at the White Lotus Hotel, although they booked it before White Lotus came out, so they were very disappointed when White Lotus came out. Yes. I said to Beck, if we see the prostitutes, can I sleep with them? And Beck said, of course, darling, go for your luck, knowing they're fictional characters. But I walked every single laneway at that place, just with my fingers crossed.
Just waiting for any woman to wink at you.
Exactly.
Hey, Andy, what's happening on the 100 tonight? Like, give us some of the topics.
Yeah, we're covering off neighbours. So that's the topic of neighbours. In fact, I'll throw this at you.
Yes.
What % of Australians try to avoid their neighbour if they see them?
God. So I'm going to say pre-COVID, probably less, but now everyone got angrier and hates each other.
I reckon that you've got good neighbours and you've got bad neighbours, and the bad neighbour, I reckon 2/3, I reckon 60-odd.
But is that open to sometimes, even with your good neighbours, you can't be bothered?
Oh, yeah, because sometimes the good neighbours, you have to have that conversation of, oh, my God, how's the kids? Blah, blah, blah. So, oh, my God, I wish you just hated each other.
Certainly if you live next door to Sean McManus, you're trying to avoid him because he's trying to get you to fix something for you around the house. I reckon 60-odd.
Sean?
I was going to go 62, mate.
All right, I'm going to go 65.
All right.
48%. You guys are worse people.
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. Sophie Munn, Ross Noble's on the show. Jamie Jury's coming to face the 100, so he gets to sit there and find out how many people recognise him, which is always daunting for the celebrities.
Oh,
yes,
no.
We also asked the question how many Australians have been paid to get their kid off, because Jamie used to be a stripper, even though he prefers me to call him a professional dancer. So what would you guess on that? What % of Australians have got taken their clothes off for money?
Oh, for money. So in a professional way, or someone's given $20 to get their wang
at
around?
a party, yeah.
Both.
All right. Oh, gosh, Australians, 80%.
I'm going to go 20.
I was going to say 22.
Just 7%.
They're lying. They're lying.
Come on.
The amount of money he's got in his pockets, Andy.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll invite you to one of these sausage parties.
Love your work, Andy. As always, it's great to catch up, buddy. Thank you.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
One of the greatest things about being a child in the country is, I think about a few days or maybe a week after it rains, your parents would drop you off in the middle of the bush and leave you there unsupervised with a bucket and say, we'll come pick you up when the bucket is full of mushrooms. And we would pick them and then we would go them home, and not one mushroom was ever checked to see if it was poisonous.
We would do the same out in the paddock. So we'd just be like, we'd just go off with a bucket and fill it up, and we would give them to people. So because we had so many, we'd be just like, the bus driver would get a bucket. Anybody that came by would get a bucket of mushrooms. So, and you're right, we were just, I guess we only had one sort.
Yep, our parents would pick us up at the rendezvous point at the dam, and we'd be covered in pig melons because we had a pig melon fight.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do?
And we never even thought about the world of poisonous mushrooms, but
No.
it's hit the news at the moment. People have been eating poisonous mushrooms.
So these are death cap mushrooms, they're assuming, down in Gippsland in Victoria. Like, it's a tragic story.
Oh, my God. So the former daughter-in-law of a couple who died when they ate poisonous mushrooms, she hosted the tragic lunch, but insists that she did nothing wrong. But here's where it goes...
Bit blurry, no?
Well, this is the thing.
Yep.
So on Monday, she refused to say where the mushrooms came from.
And she refused to say who picked them, and she refused to say what dish.
What it was. Yes. So it's quite simple. You go, I picked them from over there.
Yes.
And it was stroganoff.
Absolutely.
So why are you answering these questions?
I know, 'cause
it's like she's never read a book on how not to look guilty. Because, firstly, when they ask simple questions about where did you get the poisonous mushrooms and what did you cook, they're two simple answers: over there and a stroganoff. I'm guessing it was a stroganoff.
Always.
No, might not have been. She could have put them into a quiche.
On toast.
A quiche.
You can put mushrooms in a quiche. You could put them in pasta dish.
I always get that mushrooms on toast with a couple of poached eggs. It could be a breakfast menu.
I don't do mushrooms, so I'd never be killed.
It's a tragic story, obviously, and there's no suggestion that she's done anything wrong. It's just that there's a lot of question marks about it.
Yeah.
So one guy is he has survived and he's in ICU, and they're hoping he's going to pull through, but obviously it's touch and go.
I tell you what.
And 3 people have died from it.
Foraging can be dangerous.
Yeah.
And foraging is, a great thing. It's going out and just finding what you can, you can live off and bringing it home. When I first moved into my old apartment block many, many years ago, one of our neighbours said, something's going wrong with dinner. And I said, what? And then he goes, well, I've been cooking chicken with rosemary. And I said, yeah. And he goes, so I got a few sprigs of rosemary from out the front. And we had these huge big box hedges, which were rosemary.
Yeah.
Anyway, he didn't get, I don't know what he grabbed, but he didn't get it from there. He just pulled these random sticks out of it and he baked a chicken with it. It was like a wheat. It looked like rosemary, but it wasn't.
Was it lavender?
And the smell was very pesticide-y.
It was maybe just dogweed.
This is the thing. Foraging.
I found out, here's how you can identify a death cap mushroom.
Okay.
You want to know?
Yes.
Something about their cap.
So, the cap's part of it. So the cap, you look for a flat cap with a diameter between 7.5 and 15 centimetres. A green or yellow tint on top of the cap. This is most notable. Underneath the cap, the gills are white. And my mum used to say, brown. Look for brown. Only eat the ones that are brown gills.
And also another indication as well is once you've served it to people afterwards, they stop living.
Okay.
You hope that identifying it cuts that out, Nathan, and that you can perhaps identify them before you cook them.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're just suggesting, even we know inflation's up at the moment, it's probably best to pop down to the supermarket.
And they've got an ammonia-like odour.
Do they? So that's like wee. Is that ammonia? It's wee?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why do people eat mushrooms?
They're tasty. Get a good one. Stuffed mushroom. Okay.
And they're a bit sticky. They're a bit sticky on top.
See what I mean? The words you're using, we're not going to find on a menu.
We had mushrooms at the lodge. And you ate all of them.
Yeah, well, the Prime Minister's there, and the security's got a gun to my head. They didn't. They were a sniper or something.
It's just a red dot on his throat.
The entire time, a red dot.
If you are wondering whether a mushroom is right to eat or not, Google it, is my advice.
Oh, yes.
There's lots of information on the internet.
There you go, Natalie.
Okay, here to help.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Tomorrow on the show, comedian Luke McGregor joins us. It's going to be a bit of fun.
I know. We're going to have the last quarter return for tickets for the Derby.
That's going to be big, actually. You just need to win the last quarter for that one.
And we'll lock up the vending machine as well.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Just can't stop giving.
Ross.
Hello.
Ross. Hi, Ross.
Great show.
Ross, you're pulling in the long hours at the moment because you're paddling for us while Harry's away.
Yeah. It's nice. I was saying to Nath off air. He's like, what's it like doing this one? Because usually I'm in the studio by myself. And I said, it's nice to have, and I stopped because I was going to say friends.
Oh, and then he looked at me and he said, friends? And I went, yeah, friends. And then he looked at Natalie and I said, acquaintances or work colleagues, according to Natalie.
Professional colleagues.
Friends, Ross.
Yeah, thank you, Sean.
Friends.
One day I'll get in that heart of yours, Nat.
I don't think so.
No, I reckon you're probably right.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.